So there's a rumour going around lately that veganuary is over, and I'm getting fed up of it. This isn't true at all. There are still so many vegan launches out there this year, and I'm gonna prove it to you. We are gonna go through all of the supermarket launches, restaurant launches, some of the good deals that you can get at the restaurants that are kind of vegan friendly. We're just gonna go through all of this and just remind ourselves that veganism is here to stay and veganuary is still thriving. Sure, it might not be as loud and new as it was 5 years ago, but that is okay. That's because we've got more vegans now, we've got more launches in the supermarkets, and we're thriving. And I think there are a lot of cons to kind of spreading the narrative that veganism is over. I think it makes people feel a bit hopeless with the movement, a bit why am I bothering? It's because there are so many headlines trying to peddle out the narrative that veganism's over, but it's not. And look, I'm going to admit to you right now, as a vegan influencer, I am very aware it is not as profitable to be a vegan influencer now as it was 5 years ago, which is why so many of your favourite vegan creators are distancing themselves from veganism. A lot of people joined the movement because it was trendy and profitable to do so, and a lot of those people have moved on to the next trend. So this is probably why you haven't seen and heard so much about veganism and veganuary this year on social media, and it's because a lot of people are just distancing themselves from veganism. I've been vegan 17 years. I'm not talking about it because I'm trying to win a quick buck. I'm not talking about it because I want a cookbook, I'm talking about it because I believe in the movement and because I want to make veganism as fun and easy as I can for everyone else. But yeah, I have spent my time kind of searching online, making sure I've gathered every veganuary option I could find, and I've got plenty, but I'm sure I've still missed one or two. Please just mention any I've missed in the comments. It would just be so helpful. I think we just really need to build up how much there is out there so that no one's missing out and no one's under the belief that veganuary is dead and buried. Tofu Co are really hitting it with the tofu launches, which is great for tofu lovers, and particularly for those trying to avoid the ultra processed meat. I don't necessarily think we should, but I'm aware it's a movement and a big criticism of veganism, so I love to see these launches. From them we've got sweet chili cubes, some crispy crumb dippers, a stir-fry marinated tofu, and some Italian style veggie balls too. I'm a big tofu fan. These look really nice. I'm definitely keen to try these out. And of course we've got Aldi. If you are feeling at all disheartened about veganism in 2025, you need to get yourself down to Aldi because they have so much. I feel like they are one of the few supermarkets still taking veganuary very seriously, especially with their own brand products. I got sent a delivery from them recently and I did a bit of a haul and a taste test, so I'll leave that link down below. And when I was in Surrey visiting my dad, I also visited one of their stores and they had so much in. They brought back the salmon from last year, that's nice. They've got these new chicken sausages. They've got the croissants back, the pain au chocolat, which I couldn't find, but my sister's seen them, but she said the shelf life wasn't good enough on them for her to buy them for me. They've got these Mars bar inspired ice creams in the freezer, which I'm hoping stick around because I really do not want that in January. But come July, yeah, I want to try that. Have I missed anything? They've got tempura frickles, which kind of deep fried pickles. I feel like the pickle trend has really missed me. I don't really understand why everyone's obsessed with it right now, but Aldi are on it, so you can grab that there. Yeah, they've just got quite a few different things and they're really kind of setting that bar and keeping the hype going. So hopefully your local Aldi is getting involved because I have found that everyone's finding very different things in their different Aldis. Waitrose too have new and improved plant living products, and they've even shared that their stats showed that vegan ready meals had been trending on their website for the last 90 days, which shows that we really are still big consumers and there is still a need for these convenience foods and the ready meals and just the quick, easy dinners that maybe isn't all of our diets, but we do want them every now and again. And even those who aren't vegan, they are trying to maybe save meat for more special occasions, and when they are just having a ready meal at home, they would like to opt for something that is better for the environment and better for themselves. And yeah, their plant living range looks so good. They've got a creamy spinach ravioli, a vegetable tikka masala and rice, and an Indian-inspired takeaway feast. I don't really live that near a Waitrose, but if I'm passing one anytime soon, I'm definitely having a look. And apparently Lidl are also smashing it. I've seen a few posts online and it actually looks so good. I actually don't live near one, and I feel like the ones in London just never have the proper range. Every time I've gone an hour out my way to visit one, they don't seem to have the vegan options, and I just don't understand why. I think our stores are just a bit smaller or something. But yeah, Lidl have a dark chocolate souffle that looks incredible. I love dark chocolate, so I really want to try that. They've got a moussaka and they've got a tzatziki, so I need to get myself to one. Vivera are also doing their bit to kind of battle that ultra processed food narrative around vegan food, and they've launched these Garden Greens protein bites and Tex-Mex protein bites. And I think I might do a separate video on this, but there definitely seems to be a push for launches that are less fake meat but still full of protein. So that is something else we've seen from Vivera. This have launched their own chicken Kiev. I feel like this are best known for doing kind of more premium vegan products, and their vegan chicken Kiev was supreme, and I feel like it's been the best one for not getting like a soggy bottom. I feel like so many of them kind of like leak out the beautiful garlic juices, whereas with this one kept it very contained. So great bottom under this one. And they've also brought out some chicken wings. So the vegan chicken Kiev launched in Sainsbury's on New Year's Day, and the wings are out now, but they came out a bit later, and they should be in Asda and Morrison's. Honestly, I feel like the biggest struggle being vegan in veganuary is that you feel like you need to go on a tour of every supermarket to try out all the best things, and I know, I don't think we all live near that many different supermarkets, so it's just can be really frustrating when there are so many nice new launches that you can't try. But yeah, if you want to see a review of this chicken, Kiev and wings, I do have a separate video, so I will leave that link below as well. Green Bay, who are a vegan supermarket in London, came out with their Harmless Foods vegan steak. It's not really near me at all in London, so it's not something I've had a chance to check out, but it sounds pretty good. I think M&S have done a few launches, but they've also come out with like this brain food range, which isn't strictly vegan, but I know it's got some like vegan items in it, so if you shop at M&S that might be of interest, but I don't really go there. Fake meat brand Moving Mountains have come out with a superfood range, which is way more focused on like plant points. Plant points is kind of like similar to your 5 a day, but it's making sure you get a variety of plants for your diet. So if it has like 6 plant points, that means you're getting like 6 different fruits, veg or legumes or spices in your food. If you want me to do a like weight in a week based on like hitting, I think it's like 30 plant points people want you to get in a week, or 35, let me know and I'll rustle one of those up. But I don't know how interesting everyone is in plant points. I think I see like the supermarkets talk about it, but I don't think I have ever seen anyone really trying to do that. I don't know. It's great to eat a variety of fruit and veg, but especially if someone living solo, it can be hard, which I guess is where this range comes in helpful. The new range includes a superfood burger, crispy burger, sausages, and crispy dippers, which will be available alongside the more classic meaty Moving Mountains burgers. And again, it's another indication that these meaty brands are trying to diversify, are looking to have more like veg-based options to kind of battle the ultra-processed complaints. Squeaky Bean have come out with these tofu slices, which is like a tofu-based alternative to like the fake ham slices and chicken slices and stuff like that. They've got a spinach and basil tofu one, and also a red pepper and tomato one. So one green, one red, and they look really tasty. I'm really surprised I haven't grabbed them yet, so that is definitely on my to try list because they look so good. And I don't know if this one's more limited because I haven't seen it, but they've also come out with a rye burger, which again is a bit more veg-based and a lot less fake meat. If we're seeing a trend here, One Planet Pizza have got their Tex-Mex pizzas out in Asda this month. I love One Planet Pizza, they're my favourite little like vegan oven pizza, so really glad for them to secure that. Greg's brought out a veganuary launch, which we'll get onto soon, but it was not the iconic steak bake, which is a fan favourite. But if you do want to get your steak bake fix, you can go to Iceland, where they will have frozen vegan steak bakes this month, so you can get those. There are some new Go Low baking mixes, which I found in Holland and Barrett, and they've got like quite a few different varieties, from like making like French crepes to making chocolate brownies. And they're not just like vegan, they're also like keto and paleo, and I don't know if people are still doing those diets, but it's just like ticking a few boxes, and that just looks like quite a fun little launch and something a bit different as well. Almlea, how do you pronounce it? Almlea, are those the cream people? Well, they've launched a salted caramel cream, so if you're into your creams and your bakings and your sweet treats, that might be of interest to you. I do not think it's something I'm going to try out. I'm not really a creamy girl, and if I do go for cream, I want something a bit more versatile that I can also use in savoury dishes. I wasn't sure which category to put this in, but Grubby, who do recipe boxes, have collaborated with Bosch, Henry and Ian, the boys that we know from many a vegan collaboration. And yeah, if you're just looking for a vegan recipe box, they've got recipes going like gochujang mac and cheese, peanut butter and tender stem udon soup, and some zingy green enchiladas. So some fun little recipes. I feel like people are often looking for recipe boxes that do vegan recipes, especially like you've tried one and you want to move on to getting a good offer from another one. So if that's something that interests you, check out Grubby this month. I don't know if it's going to be a temporary launch. I'm hoping all of these launches are sticking around past January, but I never know. I never have a clue. I feel like it's less the products and more the restaurants that are likely to do limited veganuary specials that disappear come February. But that seems like a great time to transition to the restaurants. So Tortilla are collaborating with Beyond Meat. They are bringing out a Beyond Steak Chimichurri burrito. Leon have gone pretty big on falafel, which I'm a fan of, but I know a lot of vegans feel a bit fed up of falafel and it feels like very old school to be doing that. But they have like a little falafel wrap and salad box and a bowl as well. So 3 different options there. And for sides, I've got peas and seeds and also yuzu pickled cucumber, which I think are quite nice fresh sides. I actually am quite a fan of Leon. I feel like they do some good vegan food. Just the prices can be a bit steep for takeaway food. Greg's have brought back their spicy vegetable curry bake, and they've not really like called it a vegan product, like the vegan sausage roll, the vegan steak bake. It is the spicy vegetable curry bake. It feels a bit lackluster from them, you know. They've been big on veganuary in the past, and I feel like their sausage roll really changed a lot for us. So this has been on the menu before, I think in like 2019 Christmas, and I can't say it is back by popular demand. I know there are a few people out there that like it. Good for you. But for the rest of us, I think we were hoping for something new, or the return of the vegan steak bake, or the beans and cheese and vegan sausage, like something like that. Wagamama have collaborated with an Instagram chef, Alfie Cooks, to bring out a firecracker chicken ramen, which I haven't managed to try yet. I'm not sure if I will, but it's like a vegan chicken alternative with roast aubergines, rice noodles, gochujang spiced broth, broccoli, chili, that sort of thing. I'm in two minds about this one, so let me know if you've tried it and if it's worth going for. Is it a good one? Am I gonna find it too spicy? Who knows? Help me decide. Club Mexicana, which is a London restaurant, is doing all you can eat wings every Wednesday. You spend 20 quid, you get an hour, and it's based on the This chicken wings. I did a video reviewing that. It was pretty nice, and if you are looking to like really stuff your face, that's a good option. And on that tangent, Pivot in Covent Garden, which is famous for their like bottomless roast dinners, have launched a special vegan version for veganuary, which includes vegan Yorkshire puds made in-house, and they are so good, so fluffy. They just are so amazing. And so if you are a big fan of Yorkshire puds and a roast dinner, that might be worth getting. I think you can get a normal portion of it, but for the one with bottomless sides where you can just keep getting your roast potatoes and your Yorkshire puds, it is £85 for 4 people. So it's actually not an awful price for London once you divide it by 4. If you can find 3 vegan friends who also want to try that, then it's a good deal. Las Iguanas have brought out a garlicky mushroom taco. I like garlic, I like mushrooms, so that sounds good, and I hope it stays on the menu. Oaxaca, who are already incredible for vegans, has a new beetroot tostadas dish out, and they've got a vegan set menu as well. So they're a nice place to go celebrate veganuary. At IKEA, they have started doing the This Isn't Pork sausages, and I think you can have it like as a veggie bangers and mash, but the mash isn't vegan, so make sure you don't order that. I think you can order it with chips instead, so just keep that in mind. But it's nice to see them launch in IKEA, I guess. I've never eaten at IKEA. I don't know if it's worth the hype. I feel like it was trendy a couple years ago, and now people don't really do it anymore. I don't know. Wetherspoons have a veganuary deal for their ramen bowls. So I think if you're looking for an affordable meal out, whether or not you're like on the go and just want something warming without breaking the bank, or you're looking for a cheaper way to catch up with your friends over a meal in the cold weather, check out Wetherspoons. They've actually got a pretty good vegan menu all year round anyway, but this still sounds pretty nice. ZZ have an interesting one out. It is a bold bean-co butter bean stufato. So you've got butter beans in a rich smoky tomato sauce with like tomatoes, lentils, courgette, and it's served basically an edible bread bowl. That sounds pretty interesting, and I'm surprised I hadn't really heard anyone talk about that. I only found that one out today when I was doing my research, and I was like, where has this been hiding? Pret had brought back the VLT, which I had at the weekend. I was on a long distance train and I was rushing, so it was nice to actually go to Pret and have a few vegan options. But lately it feels like they've had barely any, and then if your favorite one is sold out, or like the 2 that they have is sold out, you're just screwed. But yeah, they brought back the VLT, which is like a BLT but with mushrooms instead of bacon, and they're like marinated and they taste so good. I really like that one, and I think it should stick around. And then they had a sticky mushroom banh mi baguette, and that also looks really nice, but I guess these specials aren't very good for you if you do not love mushrooms. But I do, so it's fine. And then finally we've got Yo Sushi, who have a new dumpling curry ramen. So hopefully that really shows that the restaurants are still very much on board with veganuary. January is always going to be a tough month for restaurants, which is why veganuary falls in January in the first place. It's part New Year's resolutions and part like the restaurants are always going to embrace it because they need all the help they can get to get people coming through the doors when we're all broke and miserable and just want to stay indoors. And deal wise, sorry, I mentioned the Wetherspoon one, but also Banantry are doing a vegan pad thai and a soft drink for just 10 quid, which I think's a pretty competitive deal. And the Real Greek are doing £5 Slovakia wraps, which isn't just limited to their vegan one, it is all their wraps, but they do a falafel one. So if you just want a £5 falafel wrap, I think you have to sign up to like their mailing list or something to get it, but I'll leave the link down below for you to get the £5 voucher, and I think you can only do it once. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I've assured you that veganuary is still all live and well. There are still tons of launches, there are still so many brands getting involved. It is evolving a bit, it's getting a bit quieter, but you know, there's not much competition in the month January, so I think it is here to stay for quite a while. And just because you're not hearing as many influencers or brands shout out about it, doesn't mean there aren't options out there. But yeah, let me know, which ones are you most excited about? Which ones have you tried? And have I missed any? Because I'm sure I have. I tried to do my best research, but I believe there must be more out there. Even today, when I thought I already like knew all of them, I just needed to get more than the list. I was surprised that there were actually some that I'd missed and had no idea about. So yeah, please don't be discouraged about veganism just because veganuary is getting quieter. We managed to get so many vegans on board in the last 10 years that the fact that we're even maintaining them is a huge plus. I think a lot of people confuse veganism with a diet, and diets are like fads and they come and go and they trend and then they don't. And I think there was part of the appeal of veganism that was around that, but there are so many of us that understand it is a lifestyle, it is a belief, it's a commitment, and we have stuck to it. You know, we are here, we're stable, we know what we're doing. It's just that a lot of the loudest people, the people on social media or the brands trying to get a quick buck, they've moved on to the next trend and they're yelling about something else, and that's fine. Move on. We're still here and we're still making a huge impact. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I am doing a video every weekday this veganuary, and I'm doing a few different things like conversations like this, what I eat in a day, hauls, just a lot of fun different things. So if you're new around here, go check out the last videos, hit subscribe, see all the new ones, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Mwah.